Satan's host.
Yes, that's us.
Thank you guys very much for inviting us to your practice space to do an interview with us. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming.
It's an honor. And it's been a long time coming. We've been wanting to chat with you guys for a while, and we're glad we finally had the chance.
I know, man.
Excellent. So you have a show coming up in a little less than a week now, I guess?
Yep.
At Three Kings Tavern.
Yeah.
With a pretty diverse and robust lineup, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I forgot who we're even playing with.
Well,
I don't usually worry about it.
It's with Legion of Death and Xiphoid Process and Ancient Colossal and Fistulus and Athame.
Wow.
So it's pretty full lineup.
Yeah, we play with LOD quite a lot. So
yeah, we've done a lot of stuff with LOD.
Right.
With
Cool.
Evil's buddy.
Yeah. That is cool.
We're just happy that Denver Heavy Metal Society invited us out. To,
yeah, I'm glad we get to play for you guys.
Cool.
We
gonna play some new songs.
Excellent.
Old songs. Yeah. Play as many as we can before the kick us
within
off.
an hour. Yeah, probably 7 or 8.
Right.
We'll play
songs
longer,
are kind of lengthy.
We're breaking out some old ones.
Until they pull the plug.
Yeah, that's right.
So you guys have new material coming out pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple new albums.
So many songs it wouldn't even fit on one disc. So it's gonna have to be, you know, probably a long disc or a couple discs. We haven't decided yet.
So lots of new material.
Yeah.
We're never gonna quit.
12 or 13 songs. So.
12.
And there's 12. So yeah.
See, we don't even know how many songs we did. We just,
well, yeah, we just
I just go right until, okay, that should be enough.
That's enough for now.
Right.
Right.
Now, we're already writing more stuff.
We're already working on the next stuff.
Yeah.
Can't stop.
We're going to go record some stuff in March already.
Excellent. Is that going to be like another EP or another full length? Or?
Yeah, probably be like just an EP, some stuff, the different styles that I wanted to try to do.
Right.
Then we're going to be doing a 30th anniversary. Our 30th anniversary is coming, so we're going to do a big box set. Probably re-record some old songs just for that.
Cool.
We don't like to just do like a compilation like other bands do.
Right.
Like what we did with Celebration, we went back and we recorded all our songs that we've done in our past, but we made new versions. I changed them, make them better, show them where we're at.
Right.
Show them that we may have started there, but we get better all the time. We're not one of those bands that just sits on our asses and just are happy with what we've done.
Right.
We want to take it to the next level, you know. We're not going to rest till we're like Iron Maiden, traveling the world, playing in front of millions of people everywhere, you know.
Right.
And we're catching up to Maiden. I mean,
yeah.
This new ones are number 12.
12. We'll be on our 13th next year.
Right.
13 albums, man. And
there's a lot of old material that is timeless.
Yeah.
You know, great songs that are, even though they were written in the 80s and stuff, they're just great songs. So we want to put them out and give them, you know, justice. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always think that's how you can judge really great music throughout the years. Is if you can listen to stuff like when bands first started and you hear it today and it sounds fresh to you, you're like, yeah, that's true magic in music right there.
Right.
Nice.
There's a lot of bands I've heard do that, you know, great bands throughout the years.
Right.
So that's the kind of level we're trying to put this band on.
Right.
You know, we want to be remembered. We don't want to be forgotten ever.
Right.
Well, that's kind of where we started.
Yeah, that's how we were when we
If we
started.
can play songs from the 80s that we did and they still sound fresh, then I guess we've had it all along.
Right.
Plus, we're a writing machine. I mean,
Yeah. Maybe it just comes with getting older, you know.
it just
Creativity
comes
just
together really
flows.
quick.
Got to put as much out until we can't do it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Even then, we'll be in wheelchairs. Just
Right.
fucking get a string on my arm like a chainsaw.
You still
We won't have any stops in between the songs. We'll just play a whole set, one long song.
as long as you still have that
Then just
fire
kick
going.
me and I'll stop it.
Yeah. That's great. Well, how would you compare the new material to like all that large discography that you have, your history? You know, how does it fit into your legacy?
Kind of a more matured sound, you know, more refined, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's more refined.
Yeah.
And the writing, the way we write now is just, it comes so more naturally. Before we kind of like would push it, you know, we didn't quite know where we were going. We did, but we didn't. Now we just got a total feel for it. We're gelling.
Right.
So we've been
Yeah,
actually together since we got Harry back longer than when we first started. bands
it's
originally.
got a stronger emotional content to it.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the songs that we write, we just write them what we're feeling
at the
moment, right? And so we can write a whole album, and there'll be 7 or 8 songs on it, or 10 or 12, and each song will have its own sense of life and spirit to it just because of that. So it's you know, it's not like we're trying to be thematic. It's just that we pour out our emotions in each and every song, and so that makes them different because our emotions change. So.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with all the technology, Facebook, and all this crap that's out now, you know, it gets people a lot angrier because you get closer to what's happening in the world. That tends to just, you feel it inside, and that emotion, that anger. You've got to have somewhere to release it. For us, we're lucky we got the band we can release it in. We'd probably all be in jail, you know, killing people or something. But at least we got music.
Right.
Keeps us on that straight edge where we don't go out and get in as much trouble.
Keeps you youthful too.
Yeah,
you know,
keeps you
you're
young,
creating
man.
all the time.
Right.
And when you stop creating, then you kind of just start, you know, dying.
Yeah, you can hear it in some of these bands. Like, I hate to name bands, but like look at like Anthrax or Metallica. You know, I love the bands. I just think they've got kind of stale throughout the years. Even Slayer, I still love them. I still think they're great bands. It's just they've got all the money and everything. They're not as hungry as they used to be.
They don't have that same fire.
Yeah, I don't want us to lose that ever.
Right.
That'll be the time we'll retire.
Right.
If we start feeling we lose our fire. If we don't have the same fire and play music because we love it, then what's the point?
Right. Because it comes through in the music. If it's lacking, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want people to hear us like that.
I don't want somebody else to compose what I should write.
No.
I want to be able to compose what I should write.
Yeah, we don't like people telling us what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's okay if you get an idea. Like if they take your original idea and they kind of just get a different spin on it, then that's okay. But I don't want somebody flushing out ideas and saying this is what you should do, when basically I know it's wrong. You know?
It happens to a lot of bands. They get record labels, producers, people in there, and they find a formula and they just stick with that formula.
Right.
We don't ever stick with the formula. We just write what we like.
Right.
Yeah,
If I was going to buy a
that's the
record, that's what I
formula.
want to write.
Yeah, wherever
The formula is to be creative, because we're metal fans, you know. We know what's good out there. We know what's bad. We know what's attractive to us, you know. And it's like, you know, we don't want to make music that it's gonna be crap out there, you know. If it doesn't get us goosebumps, which I mean, we're in the studio listening to either him lay tracks or him lay tracks, and it's like, holy crap, what the crap, you know. He was laying some vocals in there, and it was like, oh, what, you know. It felt
Where
like,
did that come from?
We're like,
Like-
hey, Harry, you okay in there?
is it haunted here?
He's possessed.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, and you know, that's the thing, you know, that, and I think they, like they're saying, it's gotten sterilized, you know what I mean? You know, money comes in, this, that, you know,
Plus, with technology, you know, people can just go on. Everybody can learn to play an instrument now. But that's
where's
all they're
the
doing
soul,
is learning how to.
and where's
Yeah, where's
the
the soul?
feel?
You hear
Where's
all
the
these players
mojo,
just.
you know?
It's like, oh,
Yeah,
shut
where's the
fuck
mojo?
up.
Where's the feel?
Hate it.
You know, it's almost sounding, like you said, stagnant and robotic. You know,
Yeah, man.
There's no nuances. There's no crap in the music like what a lot of older artists would talk about. You know.
yeah, the trick is to attack the primal.
Right.
Yeah,
Some
man.
deep in you that's just so primal and so deep that, you know, everything on top is just superficial. We're trying to crack through all that crap and hit that bottom spot, and it's just
Yeah,
like
who
make
cares?
the person feel, whoa.
Who cares
what
if
was
you're
that?
like the most
Right.
proficient players or you're the greatest musicians out there? Shit, there's always going to be somebody better than you. Just like fighters, man. One guy thinks he's the toughest guy in the world. Maybe he is in that little part of your name, but there's always somebody who can devour you and destroy you just that quick. You
Just
know?
a flash
There's
in the
guitar
pan.
players, drummers, they're always going to get better and better. Kids.
But it's all about the feel and the spirit and the emotion.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
all in how you write.
And being a collective with people to get that out. You know what
That's
I mean?
Right,
that's
right.
hard too. It's like
You
being
know,
married to
it's-
each other a lot of
The
times.
chemistry.
Yeah, the
you know,
chemistry. Yeah,
It's like
it's got to gel.
chemistry's
you know?
taken for granted so much, and it's like it's so hard just to get your
Right.
head around with people, and you know, think the same or feel the same or have the same goals, and you know, it's like.
Well, I got a kid that's like 17, and he's listening to all these up and coming screamo bands, you know. And these kids are great, man. They're screaming. It sounds like they're just shouting all these songs and stuff. But then you listen to the next band, and I've accidentally done this to him, and it's like pissed him off. And I've said, man, is that same band? You know, he's like, no, this is a totally other band. And then I'll play another song, and I'm like, I swear I just heard that song. That was the song I just heard, right? And he's like, no, that's another totally different band. I'm like, okay, just like you said, cookie cutter. You know, they're kind of like, you know, one person does something leading edge, and there's 7 other people to follow behind those footsteps and stuff. So we don't even give a fuck, if I can say that. We just do what comes out of us, and we're such seasoned musicians. We've all been doing this at least 25, close to 30 years. So we know how our instrument works, and we're like masters of our own individual instrument. And so when we get behind the kit, we don't even think about what we're playing. We just let the emotions drive us. And that's, you know, why we get goosebumps with our own songs, is because it's evoking an emotion and a spirit, and there's some mojo coming out of that shit that you can't get out of these stagnant cookie cutter, you know, bands. So
yeah, I think a lot of it comes from just studying the occult, being in different. I've been in different organizations in the occult, the Satanic Church, all kinds of different places, going through levels, and you outgrow that too, you know. Then you got to find your own level you can put yourself on over anything. You can always get a degree in anything and go to school, but it comes to a point where school doesn't do you any good anymore. Right. You got to go out and experience
you got to
and
exercise your knowledge.
Yeah, you got to use your knowledge and see how it really works, see if it's the truth or not. It's easy for people to lie to you to believe in it, you know. The way you're going to find the truth is through yourself. Right? You know, really experiment and then find where you're at.
That's kind of an underlying message in our music.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, we talk about a lot of really crazy stuff that, you know, true Satanists will hear what certain things here and go, wow, what did these do? Why are they saying that? That's taboo. It's like, really? Come on, man. It's all about enlightening people, trying to get people to get out of that rut that they got us all trapped in, you know?
Yeah, man, look how many centuries mankind's been lied to.
right.
You got to unlock the lie. Even everything when I went to school, they were teaching us Christopher Columbus as this hero, and he was great, and they, you know, he did all these great things. Well, what did they really do? They're raping all the Indian women, stealing all their gold, taking their land, killing them.
And they're finding out that now they're telling kids that really he wasn't the first person, you know?
Yeah. But they were teaching us that was the truth when we were in school.
And I mean, if you want to find the beginnings of something, then you want to find the oldest language, like the first language, and you want to derive from there. And, you know, the Bible, the Quran and stuff was all written after this ancient Sumerian language. So if you think that the Sumerians had the key, there's no older language than that. So that has to be...
That's been discovered.
That's been discovered, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe something's going to pop up. But, I mean, if you want to find, you know, the beginnings of something, the root of something, you go to, like, the longest root down in the bottom, and you find out that's where the tree started from. And, you know, the ancient Sumerian language is the oldest language of all, and it's the most intelligent, and it talks most about celestial beings, and all these names of the stars were once a celestial being. Well, duh. I mean, that's why they named the stars that name, because it's an ancient celestial being. And so those people said, yeah, those people came from the stars, so let's name them stars. That's all they could say, you know, and you know, sure, the Bible may say that, you know, we were made from dust and life was breathed into us, but who's to say that some alien race was here before us and just mined our planet for their needs, and finally they got tired of mining it for themselves, so they wanted slaves, so they invented us as a slave. And so, you know, we grew up, we finally found out that, hey, all the gods are fucking us and making more of us. Why don't we make more of our own self? When we started getting mined for ourselves, and so they were like, hey man, they don't need us anymore, we're getting the fuck out of here. They can have their planet because we took everything we needed. they can have it for themselves. And if they decide to ruin it, that's great. If they decide to make it good, that's great. You know, if they want to overpopulate it because they're greedy, let them do it. It's their planet now. We don't give a fuck anymore. Maybe we'll come back in 20 or 30,000 years and see if they do it, or maybe if they're starting to ruin their planet that's the most beautiful planet of all so far.
Or if it's even there.
We'll come back and we'll just, like, you know, annihilate it and start over again and be fresh because we know what we've done wrong. We left these stupid motherfuckers here and they've ruined their planet. So
and who's
the next
to say
time
they haven't annihilated it many times in the past?
I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but you know, that's kind of in rough of what the Sumerian language was talking about. That was people that came here first and used us as slaves and just kind of took off and left us alone. So now it's basically up to us, you know?
Yeah, we're just children.
And that's the thing, we're trying to get people to think out of the box. You know what I mean? Quit living the lie. You know, the governments, the churches, it's like, really?
Yeah, how are we ever going to escape?
You know, us by far, we can never proclaim that we know the truth, that this is what the truth is, and blah, blah, blah.
Nobody knows the truth.
The thing is to think out of the box and try to make your life better and live as a better race. There's no unity in the human race. I would be surprised if some just big ship doesn't come and just annihilates us because we're fucking idiots. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, the thing is, we're trying to get people to think for themselves, think out of the box, and try to make their lives better and to coexist with each other and throw all these stupid ideas out the window. And you know, that probably will never happen. But at least if when I leave this earth, I could at least leave this earth saying I tried.
Right. And if someone happens to not even understand what the music is about, or if they're deaf and all they can do is read, hopefully through our lyrics, and we'll be able to tell a story through our history of 30 plus years that, you know, hey, these people had something and they were trying to, you know, make a message behind their lyrics, you know. And if they can understand the music, maybe they'll evoke the emotion from it and go, wow, these guys really had something. So.
That's the whole reason behind the Great American Scapegoat album, as you can see on the wall there. You know, Satan's the Great American Scapegoat.
Blame him.
Blame everything.
So we say blame us, sure, we blow up everything, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Satan's the scapegoat. And you know, it's like all these Christian fundamentalists and people, you know, great, you got your belief system in that, and you know, praying every night to whoever makes you sleep better at night, great, but you know, when the bad shit happens to them, oh my God, it's the devil, it's Satan. It's never something internal or anything related.
It's never my fault.
Yeah,
it's like, somebody else's fault. It's nothing I
And
did.
to some point, you got to take accountability for yourself. It's like, and the first thing is by saying you ain't perfect and you don't know everything. And the minute you go out there and say, follow my beliefs, I'm right, this and that, just get the fuck out. You know,
that's right.
That's not what we want. We want you to get out of that box, think different, and try to make a better difference for everybody, man. It sucks going to the store, going down the store, everybody drives like an asshole. It's like, really? What the fuck? We're just trying to go get a fucking loaf of bread and some milk for my kid, and this asshole just...
yeah, people have no respect for each other. And we live in a backward city here. Go to New York and places like that where there's really competition.
Oh, they'll be up your ass.
Most people in Colorado couldn't even handle it, you know. Even on the West Coast, they can't handle the East Coast. The East Coast will kick their asses. It's just fact of life. Now maybe Chicago, that place is pretty crazy too. But those bigger cities, man, it's a lot faster thinking, faster life. I enjoy it. You know.
Yeah, so we've got like 4 songs already that we've started. You know, there's like a ton of ideas. I just gave Pat a couple weeks ago a whole sheet of completed lyrics that I dug out that I was going to use in a couple of projects like 20 years ago. And I'm like, man, this fits perfectly with what we're doing now, you know, this would be great. So he's like, oh yeah, cool. In about 2 days, he had a riff to go along with it. So
yeah, I'm always
we're ready to go, man. I mean, one album, usually like after the last album is half done, we've got another half album already written, so... You know,
yeah, but that's not to say that we do like, oh, went back and got all this material from way back then and made a whole.
It's just progressive.
We're always.
I can't even
You
remember back that far.
Gems come from here and there and that. You know, there's beats like on the new album that's coming up. I use some Latin beats, you know, that I used to play in old Spanish and bands and stuff that I did when growing up. You know, how many drummers are gonna do that in metal? These weird beats, you know.
Right.
I like to pull weird stuff, you know. And the thing is, for me, I need to play and compliment what he's doing with his riffs and what's demanded of the music. In the end, what I do as a drummer, what he does as a singer, bass, everything, the way it comes together, it's got to be played for what is demanded of the song.
Right.
You know. So.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of musicians overplay and try to throw too much in there, but sometimes the song calls for so much.
Right.
Sometimes the song calls for you to be a little calmer. It's a lot harder to be calm than it is to be angry and pissed.
Right.
It's a lot harder to keep your composure in those moments. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what separates the ordinary from the greatness in people. You know, is when that crazy moment comes, can you keep your composure and have strength and valiance to keep you walking the straight line? Are you gonna go over here and look what it does to your life? Then
Yeah.
you're in jail or you're dead.
Controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And chaos be controlled.
We
Is that a
keep
contradiction in terms?
we have fun controlling chaos.
Or at least trying to keep its
Oh
range.
yeah,
in
man!
anyway.
Amplifiers cause chaos the moment you turn them up and turn them off. There's a feedback coming out. You're like, oh fuck, my ears, you know. Drummers, they're fucking shitting cymbals. You're standing 2 inches from it. You're like, fucker.
Bass players.
Then you get Harry. He hits his high that's higher
Stop
than
hitting
King
those
Diamond.
notes.
I'm like, Harry,
Keep hitting those
I don't
notes.
think I'm gonna have kids now.
Just
my
wait till I
nuts
stand away from the
stop.
speaker.
Yeah. I like getting loud like that. That's controlled chaos right there.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I enjoy watching younger bands that I really like. Like, what was that band that we like? Throne of Belial? Those kids,
Yeah, those guys are.
those dudes got a lot of anger in them, but they control it good, man. See, I like seeing that in the kids. I like seeing them bring out music like that. That makes me happy.
Plus they're evil.
Yeah, they'll see.
Definitely.
They fit the plan.
Yeah, so next Friday, right?
Right.
Next Friday is going to be an awesome gig. Yeah.
That is going to be fun. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to play on Friday.
Yeah, we're going to be.
That's only the only show we've done this year in Denver.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you guys haven't played in a while in Denver.
Yeah, we play out of Denver, but not
but-
in Denver.
I think our last show was for them.
Yeah, last time we
Twilight?
played in Denver.
Yeah.
last
that's
year,
right.
last
That was for you
July
guys.
that was, yeah.
Was that
the
July?
last time, really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the last time we played in
That's
Denver.
been well over a year then.
And we
Yeah.
played at the church before.
Yeah,
that.
nobody ever
That's
hits us
right.
up, so we're
Wow.
just like, wow. Well, plus, we get better offers to go play out of town. We got
Right.
more people to play in front of.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys played Puerto Rico, was that last year?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a 2-hour show.
Yeah,
Wow.
we played for
That
2
place
hours
was
now.
packed.
we-
It was-
We
And we played in Portland for 2.5 hours.
They were singing our
Yeah.
lyrics.
Yeah.
And we
Nice.
played in
Holy
Las,
crap.
what was it?
Like-
Some Doom Festival. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, it was
in
really
Vegas.
good.
Yeah, an hour and
I
50
just like
minutes
doing
or
that.
something
It's
like
fun.
that. And yeah, they were singing every freaking song.
We get hit for a lot of one-ups all over, but sometimes it's just it'd be easier for us just to do a tour.
Yeah, and sometimes
'Cause
people
these
have.
one-ups, they're just
It's
expensive.
unrealistic what
Yeah.
they ask of you too. You know,
Yeah.
they want to pay you $300 and have you drive all your shit to New York City. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna hop right in my car and go to New York for you for $300, buddy.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you tell them, man, it's gonna cost more than that, and then they
And
act
then
like
once you
you're
get
insulted.
your all hotel and this
Like,
is like,
look,
really? Dude?
New York City, there's money in
Say
New
it's
York.
almost-
You can do a good show in New York,
Right.
trust me.
Right.
There's
Oh, we
good
got tons of
promoters.
fans in New York.
Oh yeah, we do. But that's just some of the mentality of people in this world, man. They just
Yeah,
want
maybe they're
everything
just throwing
given
something
to them.
out to see if you're going to bait for it. And see
There are
if you're
bands
not.
that do it though, and I respect them.
Right.
I've done it, been out on the road.
Right.
You're supposed to get a guarantee, but nothing's really guaranteed.
Right.
You have to send them
Yeah.
contracts, get it in writing. Even then,
Right.
Yeah, you can have it in writing, and still you can see the
What are you
manager
gonna do,
bail
sue
out on
them?
you, and you're like, what?
maybe 4 or
Where's he
5
going?
years, you might get a couple bucks out of
So
it.
you gotta take Mongo with you.
Yeah.
Mongo move my drums. Mongo load my drums. Mongo get my money.
Go get paid.
They could be like that dude. What was in Anvil? I was watching the movie You paid me. I played. You gotta pay me. Now we're like, you ain't gonna pay us? I'll just put a curse on you. And they're like, fuck your curse. They turn around, there's a pipe standing there. Boom! They're laying on their ass. I'm like, yeah, fuck my curse. See ya. You gotta live with that now, buddy. That's the best kind of revenge for me. Happens all the time with people.
So yeah, this will be our fourth piece in a little over 3 years, huh? Yeah.
4 albums, 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
People, I can't even believe that people complain, like these writers for these magazines.
Right.
They'll give you like a 9.5 out of 10, but they're still like, this album's just so daunting. Why do they write such long albums? It's like,
sorry.
money, man.
Right.
We're paying almost
we're not
20 bucks for a
Nickelback,
kid's
asshole.
CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're,
Get your
you're
money's
paying
worth.
It is
20
funny,
bucks
like,
for a CD.
They have the
you might as well
like
get your
wrong
money's worth.
person in reviewing albums. It's like, why is this dude reviewing the album? But we did great. We do great on the reviews and interviews and stuff all over the world. Like for Virgin Sales last year, we had like 50, 60 some reviews globally, and we only had one bad review.
And the guy didn't even listen to the album.
And it was apparent he didn't listen to the album. Because he was
doesn't
saying
even
shit
really
on
like
there that
metal.
didn't even correlate to what... It was like,
Yeah.
really, dude? He's
That's
giving
the
us a
wrong
2
song.
out of 10. But everybody else is giving us 8 to 10 out of 10s. It's like, come on, dude. I mean, we get hit from all over the world all the time, and we're working really hard to getting this rectified to where we can start playing all over the globe, because there's a demand for us. And
Yeah, we have a big
anybody's
demand.
watching this video and you got the balls to want to bring saying-sos,
We'll be there.
And if you don't, I'm cursing your ass.
Crack goes
You were
the lens
saying-
on the camera.
You were saying that like you'd have to almost do like a little tour to make that happen. Would you ever do that? Like a
Yeah,
little
we're
tour?
actually setting one up for the summer of next
Yeah.
year. It's going to be a long one, so
Oh, nice.
I guess us old guys better get our shit together.
Very cool. Do you know
Start
who
jumping rope.
well, see, the thing is, once they start seeing us at, you know, we've always been willing to go out and tour, but it's just weird stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's too expensive to do on our own.
You know,
Yeah,
we're not
man.
gonna
Until
go
the
out
way
there.
we wanna do
vehicle and get a trailer and then risk the trailer being broken into and having all of our stuff stolen and stuff. I was on a tour with a different band with Iced Earth and stuff, and that's what happened to them. I mean, they had their whole back line for the whole tour. You know, they were sharing the drum sets and everything. And somebody just unhitched, you know, broke the chain on the trailer and unhitched the trailer and stole their trailer overnight.
It happens to a lot of bands.
And everything was gone. Banners, side scrims, everything was gone. Well, the cops found the trailer later on. It was ditched. They found, you know, a couple of heads and stuff in pawn shops and stuff later on, but the tour was almost over. We had to rent gear from then on. It was only a week into a 3-month tour, you know. It was terrible. So you can't afford to have something like that happen. You put your whole life savings in and maybe get a second mortgage on your house to finance this 3 or 4 week tour, and then 2 weeks into the tour have everything gone. I mean, you can't recover from that. So most of the time we just can't set it up on our own. We have to try to jump on somebody else or get somebody else to help us financially to get it going, somebody that has expertise in doing this. You know,
'Cause we got the goods.
yeah, because we can deliver. Yeah.
We got the
I still got the
Leviathan, the
pipes.
siren here.
And he's still got the chops, and you
You
still
got
have the
all
sticks.
evil
so-
here.
Are there any bands in particular that you would try to get onto a tour with? Or
Oh, we're
is it-
probably going to be doing All Moribund on our next tour.
Oh, the label mates.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because we really want to help
gonna
the
be-
label build the label up a little more. He went through a little bit of a rough couple of years. and-
Yeah, with all the economy going to hell, look how many labels did go out.
Yeah, yeah.
Things are starting to turn around now, but
Right.
as delicate as everything is, it could just fall away just as quick as it's coming back.
Then on top of that, the last 2 years, we were surprised the people that actually did what they did. It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So it was like, how did they do that? You know what I mean?
Right,
Right.
right. There's got to be somebody else behind them. So,
You know.
So I think that's
and
a lot of
we're
reasons.
just wondering, man, why isn't the satanic community, you know, picking up on this shit? Because we've seen other bands that aren't quite as satanic lyrically and emotionally as we are, and you know, they're getting backed by somebody, so we're just waiting for the satanic community to kind of pick up on this, because we know there's got to be some rich bastards out there. So.
Oh, they are. A lot of the times, a lot of these bigger labels are the ones that have money, like the non-kind of threatening Satanism. Like, look at bands like Watain. They're fucking sleeping in blood and all this, but people start looking at them almost like they're comical, like a cartoon character, more than they look at them as a serious band.
Right.
And they're a serious
They are a serious band. They're, you know, they're fans of mine. They're
Daniel's a
great.
huge Satan's fan.
Yeah, they're all great Satanists, but they're less threatening. We're just us taking Satan's host and putting it right out front. Right there, people take a step back before anything.
Yeah, the fear
But
factor,
I look at
you know.
Satan's host is just like Black Sabbath, you know. That used to scare the shit out of people in the 70s. Now it's like you see people wearing
Shit,
Black
even
Sabbath
Kiss
shirts.
scared
everywhere.
everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Knights in Satan.
And then everybody's taking their kids in '79 to the Dynasty tours. Like,
Dynasty, that album was garbage.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's because disco. See, they had it made in the 70s. They get to fight all the disco, so all the rockers were like, didn't matter what kind of rock or metal you played. They were like, fuck disco, we'll destroy it. So we just got to do that to this new shit, Christina Aguilera and fucking Katy Perry playing the Super Bowl, really?
I like Katy Perry.
Oh, I'd
You
like
just
to
like
fuck
her,
but, you know, I don't care about her music. Her music sucks. I have
but
to
she
hear that.
kissed a girl and she liked it.
That's right.
She kissed, was that, no, who was that? Britney Spears kissed Madonna, that's right.
Oh, he's talking about a song that she sings, yeah.
Oh, I don't even know.
I
that.
wouldn't even kiss Madonna, dude.
Oh.
Shit, Madonna?
Back in the
I don't
even
like
know
the
she is a
virgin
girl.
days, maybe, but not now. She looks like a
That's what duct tape's for, man.
female skeleton. No, dude. She
You
looks
put
like
duct tape on them, they
female
look all young
Skeletor,
again. You just
dude.
don't turn them around so you see the wrinkles.
That's what being a vegan can do to you. Yeah, it saps your muscle.
What?
No, but really, no disrespect to her. We love everything, you know. We get inspiration from all kinds of weird shit that you wouldn't even imagine. So
Yeah, I can't wait till we get our new album out and we can announce it 100%.
Right.
It's
which
like,
is coming soon.
to me, it just feels like
Just-
a golden moment in our careers that I think will really surprise people, catch them off guard.
Yeah, this
Right.
one.
I think we just have a lot of emotions built up inside of us too, man. It's just, we let it out. You get that kind of energy going on in yourself, and with especially a collective whole like a band, and just everything just happened just like magic for us this time, just like it was meant to be. Like, and then when we were doing it, it was almost like, wait a minute, it's like we already did this. That kind of a moment, like
Right.
it was pre-prepared or something.
Right.
So I like that.
Preordained.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go in the studio and we're like a fucking machine, dude.
Ordained.
Yeah.
Ordained.
Yeah,
I guess
priestess.
throughout,
Yeah.
throughout the whole thing, the way we work, we're really laid back, but at the same time, we're really, really productive. It's weird. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta step back, accept people for what they are, love them, do what they do. You know.
If you don't
We
like
don't-
them,
we don't.
that's what mine shafts are for up in the mountains.
Yeah,
Just
you
throw
know.
them in there. Nobody will find them.
We have no beefs with each other. That's one thing I love about Saints. So is there's no drama. I mean,
There's just
we all
play.
have our little quirks or whatever, and
Yeah.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and
Yeah.
where we're at.
Just play, you know? Just play. You
I don't know. I had a point, like when you weren't in the band, he wasn't in the band. I've been on every album, but I had guys in the band that were fucking the biggest crybabies I ever had to deal with, the drama queens. I'm like, dude,
It gets
we're
in the
only
way of
doing
creativity,
29
you know?
dates, and you guys can't even fucking handle it. You want to kill each other. It's like, fuck yeah, everybody wants to kill each other when you're stuck in a van traveling through the country.
We just like to laugh and
Yeah, but if you're laughing, having a good time, exploring things, checking out new places, I don't see why there's drama with people. Maybe
Yeah.
alcohol plays part of it.
we are who we are.
We'll never know. But yeah, we're ready. We want to conquer the world,
Fuck yeah.
and we've got a couple of people biting on us. So we're ready to take this new album out in front of people, so we can prove our worth, you know, and say, hey, look, we might be old-looking dudes, but you know, a little bit of black hairspray paint and stuff, we can take 20 years
A little
off
bit of
ourselves.
duct tape.
Duct tape. Yeah.
We'll just always be facing the audience.
Those grandpas were awesome.
I've heard that before.
So will you be playing some of your new stuff on this coming Friday at
2
3
songs.
p.m.? Two songs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
two
songs.
songs.
I think we're
Not
playing
a title
good variety.
track, but 2 songs.
Yeah, we're playing a good variety of songs.
So
Yeah.
Denver fans should really not miss this show because you don't know when there might be another one. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I don't even know if when we get our tour, if we'll come to Denver, because a lot of times when you're traveling around in these cycles, you're going through the South, or you're going on the West Coast, you're going on the East. Denver sometimes gets skipped because it's a long ways in here.
Yeah.
There's not really too many towns to stop at that you can play. Kansas City,
Mhm.
Utah, but we're
Oz-
banned from Utah, so we can't
Ozfest
play there.
skipped us twice. You know, so.
Satan's Host can't play in Utah.
Wow. Are you banned anywhere else, or is that the only place?
Where was that?
The Vatican.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
North Carolina.
Gotta take a
we
left
might be
turn
banned.
at the Vatican.
They didn't say we couldn't play there again, but we got in trouble in North Carolina for inciting a riot.
Did
Wow.
somebody get arrested?
Shut up.
Yeah. But you know what? We'll always fly the Denver flag wherever we go. We're proud to be from Denver, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I've born and raised in Denver.
You know.
Him, he's Colorado Springs.
Yeah, but that's only an hour away. So.
Pretty soon, Denver, Colorado Springs, and Fort Collins will be one long city.
Yeah.
It's almost there, anyways.
When you guys are one of the oldest, if not the oldest, metal band in Colorado, right?
Yeah, who else
Pretty
is older
close,
than us right
yeah.
now? LOD, they were back. They had just started
Right.
after us. But it's not even the whole LOD, I think.
Right.
None of them are even the original members because Jeff
But
disappeared.
you and I are original members.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Pat, we recorded our first album together, you know, with Pat and I, so.
Yeah, Metal from Hell.
Right. And that was in 1986 or something?
Yeah, we actually recorded it in '84.
Yeah.
1996.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
So half the bands are.
Look how many
Original.
look how many bands we saw come and go.
Yeah.
So it pisses me off. This new band will start, and everybody's like, "Oh, this band's great," and then they're gone a year from now. You're like, "Fuckers, you get all
Yeah,
this
how many
publicity.
bands since you
You
guys
work
been
hard,
doing
get
this?
the killer shows, and then you just break up. Really?
How many bands have you guys
Bitches.
seen already come and go since you've been here?
There's been a few for sure.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
They're all gung ho, and then where'd they go?
Right. There's a few that I
Well,
can
see,
think
the
of,
thing
yeah.
is, I mean, you gotta go with that person that's got that vision. You know, we all know he's got the vision. He had the vision since the beginning, you know, and you back up that person with that vision, and you make yourself part of the vision. And when you do that, then you excel as an individual within that vision. But
Nice.
that concept there goes over a lot of people's heads.
Yeah, there's 4
Everybody wants to be the vision.
people. Right. Instead of 4 people being part of the one vision,
Yep.
you know, and amplifying that because now there's 4 times the one person going for the goal instead of 4 individual goals. you
Or
know?
I've seen bands where they're a great band, and then they go out drinking one night, and the one guy hits on the other guy's girlfriend, or something weird happens. And it's like all of a sudden the band's broke up.
Well, that's because they have lack of respect for each other.
Yeah,
you know?
man,
and
it's
that's
like-
one thing we have a lot of respect for each other individually and musically. So
Plus, you got to make the band kind of like its own entity. The band is like a business, you know.
right.
Once you get to do it as long as we have, so you can't really take stuff like that personal if it ever happens. We don't really have that problem with any of us because we've been together so long.
Yeah, it's really
But
easy to
other,
live
you know,
past
younger
any of
bands should
those
take that into
idiosyncrasies.
consideration. I think they should just learn how to have respect and know that the band, if you really want to create a good band, you're not always going to like each other
Or agree.
or agree.
Right.
And you know,
But you have to find that.
Gray area.
Yeah.
I've worked with guys like, I'm not going to mention their names, but this one bass player, he was like, comes into the studio to help record music and brings like 20 basses with him. None of them are even strung up. We're like, dude, don't you have any of those ready to go? We're here to record, not to watch you put strings on for 8 hours. Yeah, we're going to pay you know, $500 a day for you to put strings on your bass. Then he gets in there, doesn't know the song, so I'm showing him riff for riff. Finally, there's a part where he has to do this killer lick at the end, and he just basically doing bass masturbation, just blah, 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 blah. So we're like, okay, this we're done today, you know. And he left, and I came to the decision, well, I guess I'm gonna have to play the bass because it's fucking wasting our time, you know. We get a budget. We got to kick ass, and when we record, we got to be really prepared. So we're not on a bigger label. We need a bigger budget, but we just do with what we got, you know. So we booted him out, and I'm in there laying the bass. Well, the singer at the time was Elixir, was the old singer. And this was on the Power Purity recording sessions. He's supposed to make sure nobody comes in. This is how much respect he has for me. Well, he thinks it's going to be funny, this guy kicking in the door wanting to kill somebody. So he's just like, yeah, sure, go in, while I'm laying the bass. He kicks in the door, didn't even see me, walks down the hall, stomping pissed in the studio, sees me, and he goes, oh, I guess I'm out of the band. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. What am I supposed to say to the guy? And then he blames it all on me to this day that I fucked everything over. I fucked him over. It's like, no, man. I gave you the chance. I practiced with you for days. Why do we rehearse, you know, 5 nights a week if you're going to come in you don't even know the songs? Really? That should tell you in yourself that I wasn't ready for this. A lot of people get to that moment in their lives and it's really going to happen, and then they get scared. They can't do it. They forget everything and do it. Yep. Me and Harry, we've been doing it so long, we're like, fuck you people.
We don't even have to think about it. It
yeah.
just comes. You know, it's like Anthony said earlier, it's a chemistry thing. You know.
Yeah, chemistry.
And that's good when you finally have that, and it's a rare thing to find. You know, and that's probably what's happening with the scene here in Denver and everywhere else, where people are kind of just going in and out of different groups and forming other new groups because they're trying to find the perfect chemistry, you know, like the soulmate, basically. So,
yeah, I could totally understand that, you know.
You know, yeah, well, when you find that chemistry, then you want to keep it together because that's rare to find, and that's when you get the most creativity out of it because you don't have to think about what you're doing. You just basically let it flow out of you.
And you're not fighting with each other over how you write.
It flows great.
Yeah.
When you have good energy amongst each other, then it shows within your music, you know, and it kind of creates that perfect chord that actually hits the listener to a good creative ear, you know, instead of just like, nah, you know, that sounds machined out or stagnant or robotic, you know. It gives it a frame of life, you know, it breathes life into the skeleton, you know.
Yeah, and then see, I think another thing that gives us a lot of magic when we write is I'll come up with the riff, and if they don't like it, I got no problem saying, oh man, fuck it, we can put that in another song, we never have to use it. Because I got a billion riffs. He's got a billion different vocals. He's got a billion different beats. Our bass player, he's got all kinds of ideas. So
yeah, that's happened.
None of us take it personal if we don't like a riff or it's not clicking. Why waste your time sitting there trying to build around something that nobody's 100% happy with?
That's happened.
We come up with something where we're like jumping up and down going, fuck. As we record everything we do, we're trying to build our own little recording studio. So we record our music all the time, so then we're prepared every time we go record. And then we never lose ideas. So you can lose ideas just like that if you don't
almost
record.
The last 3 albums, there's been at least 2 or 3 songs that have turned into 2 other different songs because you know the riff for this one song was so strong
just didn't
by
work
itself
that part,
it turned into a whole other song.
Yeah.
Or there was like one verse that actually turned into a whole song, or there was a drum riff or something that turned into the beginning of yet another song. So.
Yeah. So you just can't take it personal when you're writing, you know. You got to do what a song calls for. There's a certain kind of feeling in a song. And that's kind of a lost art a lot of times in bands, newer bands. They're so worried about what they're going to write, you know.
Right.
I don't get that whole feeling.
Well, originality is an issue in all genres of music, but it's certainly a big one in metal. You know, being original is a big thing. You know, and it's difficult, I think, especially in today's world where there's so much going on nowadays. You know.
Yeah, look at the death metal and grindcore bands, man. How it's after a while it all sounds the same. But like I love a lot of them bands, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I like that grindcore, but those guys are always changing members, most of them bands. Even the big ones, there's always two guys that stay along. They're always switching this guy and that guy.
Right.
Because there's usually one guy that does all the work, and the other guy's kind of right on their coattails.
Right.
That's me. I'm the one that does all the work.
Oh yeah.
You guys.
Damn Harry. Fucking slave driver.
Yeah, Harry taught me how to play drums.
Yeah, man. It's like the double bass is not fast enough yet. He's got to get it fast as mine.
Satan's Host arguably has the most unique sound within the Colorado, realm, I would say, in terms of all the metal bands.
Yeah, there's some
unique
people.
Identity,
Some people just hate us because we have clean vocals,
Right.
There's even that thing that people I've seen on a website, no clean vocals.
Right.
That's all right. I love grindcore vocals, and Harry does them great too.
The thing is, Harry can do it all.
Yeah, Harry can do it all, so why not use it?
Black, clean, traditional, glam, Katy Perry, I don't know. Fuck you.
Why not use it all?
Get it, and I don't see anybody else doing it.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's like, and I have a good respect for a lot of good death metal vocalists, black metal vocalists, and stuff like that. But you can't really knock us because we're doing it all.
And going back to what you said earlier, Anthony, it's got to be. You have to take your experiences and apply to what the mood of the song needs.
Yeah.
So sometimes it needs something clean, sometimes it needs something choral, sometimes it needs something grindy and nasty. Sometimes it needs a Latin beat in it, sometimes it needs a samba, sometimes it needs, a little bit of a reggae
sometimes
or something
it just needs
here
the
and
devil
there.
to come up from hell and say,
I mean, whatever it needs, you just got to be able to give it. And there's a lot of musicians out there that only know one thing because they got their blinders on. And in Satan's Host, we're open-minded, so basically we can our peripheral vision is almost behind us like a fighter pilot, I mean, we're so open-minded that we don't care where the fuck we go. We just go where the song leads us, and we're so, I don't really want to use this word, but we're so individually talented at such a masterful level that we can allow ourselves to go there where other people's, like with blinders on, are not even aware that they have the ability to go there. Or they just decide not to go there because of their blinders are choosing them to go down they got tunnel vision,
So when you do something like we do, you get attacked.
Yeah. And all the major bands that really are still have great sounds, like the Eagles, Billy Joel, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin went so many different directions, and that's what made them great. Pink Floyd, they went so many different directions, and that's what made them great. So you don't want to be singled out. You just want to be able to ride the wave. If the song takes you there, let's be able to have the expertise and the presence to be able to ride the wave and take us where the song leads us, and be one with the song and basically evoke the energy that the song is creating instead of trying to direct the energy that the song is creating. So, and that's what sets apart Satan's Host with anybody else, and that's why we don't fit with any specific genre, and we don't care to. We don't really want to say, okay, yeah, Satan's Host is a death metal band, Satan's Host is a speed metal band,
or black
Satan's
metal,
Host is black metal, whatever.
Or grindcore.
We don't even care if they want to call us metal, Just
we're metal from hell.
Satan's Host.
Yeah.
Satan's Host is just excellent music, and we want to be able to like scare people and chill people and make people laugh and cry. Our whole point is to evoke emotion through our song, because that's when we know we're doing it right. If we start becoming to a place to where we're robotic and we're systematic, then we're not doing the right thing. So, and so far we haven't ever come to that point. I don't think we ever will, because we're constantly challenging ourselves. Even though I said earlier that we're masters of our craft, the perfect master is somebody that's always a learner. And somebody, once you stop learning and once you just say, okay, I know everything, so I'm just kind of like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, even on our new album, recording
That's
it,
not
man,
good,
we wrote
man.
some
You
stuff
gotta-
that I think was beyond our abilities.
You got to push your
It
limits
challenged
all the
us.
time.
We were like, fuck, how are we going to do that now?
No.
When you go to record, and it's getting all refined and this and that, and you start getting a little worried. You're like,
I've never done this death metal vocal before.
I've
you
never
know?
played the guitar like that. How am I supposed to do that now?
Yeah,
I
it's
did
like,
it
oh
on
my
the
God.
demo, but I was just
30-second beats on the hi-hat while I'm doing something on the snare. It's like, I've never done that before, and it hurts, but man, it fucking feels great.
Yeah, you're feeling the pain, and you're burning, and you're like, oh man, now I got to record that.
Can I make it through the song?
Why'd we do that to ourselves?
Yeah, if you don't come out of the studio and you're sore for 3 days, you didn't do your fucking
Yeah.
I come out of tracking and I'm like, for like 3 days. I'm like,
Yeah, and I get put through the ringer. I got to put 8 guitars. I got to do the song 8 times. It's like, come on, man.
Wow.
You fucking shitting me. And then I got to do like 50 leads on every song.
So if you're not
And
continually
every one I
challenging
love, but they're
yourself,
different styles. And we're like, oh shit, what lead are we
Yeah.
going to use now?
you're not going to grow. and that's what we always want to do, is just grow, you know? And that's where the creativity keeps us youthful, you know? We're all in our 50s, you know, but we don't give a fuck
Except for
about
him,
that.
little baby.
I mean, we can still get out there
Well, Marcus,
and
he's
still jam
27.
it all. And just because we're always pushing ourselves, you know, we're always not defining ourselves within a certain limitation, you know. We're thinking out of the box.
right?
You know, we're just going other directions. Okay, we went there, so let's try to go here a little bit and see. Like I was telling somebody else just a couple of weeks ago, this latest album that hasn't come out yet, that we just completed, is the most creative, but at the same time, it's the most lyrically blasphemous album we've ever had. We're
Yeah.
going to scare a lot of people with the words that we say in this song. There's one song that basically just says, within the lyrics, that as a person selling their souls to their craft and giving their all to one directional goal, you know? And so that in itself is highly possessive, you know? And we're saying a lot of things that's going to scare a lot of people, a lot of frightening things, but it's kind of weird. We're putting like a Queen edge on it, to where Queen says some decisive things, but it was so sickening sweet that you really didn't notice what was going on there. And that's what's happening kind of in Satan's Host.
Yeah.
It's like we're not sickening sweet, but we're doing it in such a subtle way, just like I guess the way Satan would do it. It's
Well-
such a subtle approach that a lot of people don't recognize what's going on. But if you just read the lyrics all by itself, it's highly provocative, and it will you know, it will open a lot of people's eyes to make them think out of the box and go, man, what I was taught all my whole life, is it really the only thing that's out there?
Or
Or
was it
is
a
there
lie?
something else? Or is it just a lie? Yeah, and now I have to find another truth. Or let's dig in the ground
Or seek
and try
for
to-
the truth.
Let's try to find something different, because I'm tired of following the same thing
Let's
that
find evidence.
maybe was not real. Yeah, you know?
But
Just-
even on top of all of that, Satan is in every song that we write. It's a matter of finding him.
That's right. He's kind of buried deep within there.
Some of the early albums, he was blatantly there.
Well, yeah, we have Celebration for the Love of Satan.
You
Yeah,
know,
we have
right.
that song.
But I mean, some songs are a lot more deeper, aspirations, whatever. But Satan is still in our music.
Yeah, we go all the way back to like the beginning of mankind on this album. I mean, we're going all the way back to, like I said, the ancient Sumerian language and stuff.
Yeah, we're
digging
going
up.
before that.
Before
We're,
that.
we're digging up. We're digging up. We're going deep, deep, deep below the pyramids, and we're basically telling people, hey, look, man, you gotta take your blinders off, get rid of the tunnel vision, and like start thinking like a fighter pilot. You know, open up a little bit. Use your third eye, you know? Be
If
creative.
not, just consider us insane, and we'll just be like Watain, non-threatening.
That's
Those
right.
guys are crazy comic book characters. And we'll get rich.
People fear what they don't understand, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They fear it, or they make it into a comic.
Until they do understand, and then the
To them,
fear's
it just
gone.
never can be real. That can never come to.
You know, it's
fruit
scary
on
at
the tree.
first until all of a sudden you're just like, what? That's a mask? I'm not scared anymore. You
Until
know?
I see what's under the mask and it's me, they're like, put the mask back on.
Halloween's coming up, of course.
Yeah, who needs a Halloween costume when you look like us? Fuck.
It's Gene Simmons without his makeup.
Shut up. That guy's an ugly fucking Jewish bastard.
Whoa, damn!
Yeah,
Let's edit that
but we
shit out.
love Gene Simmons.
I love Gene
We
Simmons.
love Gene
Does
Simmons.
Satan's host have any Halloween plans?
Well, we were going to play a Halloween show, but some of us have kids that actually want mom and dad to go out Halloween with them. So it was a couple of years back to where Satan's Host would play a show and they'd put on death paint or some kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'd always do a Halloween show, but
this year we couldn't do it. My kids, really
it's a little
wanted me
bit
to go out
overrated
with them,
anyways.
so I couldn't.
A lot of people got all these millions of plans for Halloween, so it's hard to get one show, I think. So I just go out and enjoy what's going on. There's some good stuff going on, I think.
Or we'd do some ritualistic
You never
shit.
know. I could end up somewhere. At some
Maybe next
satanic
year
place.
after one of my kids graduate, I'll have some.
But
free
every
time.
day's Halloween for me anyway.
Right, exactly.
I wish Halloween was every day.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
just saw a
that.
ghost the other day. That was Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
You
will
saw
agree with
Ghost?
Yeah, in the mirror.
No, I don't like that. Ghost BC or whatever the hell they are. They look cool. They got put on a good show. They're good.
Got a great
live.
message. Good show.
Yep.
But,
The music
yeah.
sucks. A bunch of pussies, man. You heard that song, Here Comes the Sun?
No. If I want to hear Here Comes the Sun, I'll put on the Beatles.
The Beatles.
I didn't
yeah.
want to hear that version. That sucks.
Yeah.
They should have treated that like Ringo Starr song. Paul McCartney said, "Oh, Ringo, that's a good song,
That-
but
that-
right
that's
here
a
on the
great song.
refrigerator it goes. No one will ever hear that. As you suck, Ringo. Just do more LSD, you'll be fine." That's how I think.
Well, most people don't even know the whole satanic content behind what the Beatles
Oh, I
were
know.
doing.
Beatles are fucking evil little bastards. You don't get to be billionaires without being evil. They're more evil than we are because they got all the money. You have the money, you can do anything you really want.
The two of them that are left, anyway.
What does that tell you right there?
Right,
That
exactly.
one of them, Paul supposedly
Oh, yeah,
died
Paul,
in
that's named
1966.
really Paul McCartney.
Oh, right.
That's
The original
Paul.
Paul died, and then they replaced him with the new Paul. That's the story.
See, you should never replace somebody with somebody that's 3 inches taller than the original person.
Why? I've shrunk at least 3 inches.
Well, he grew. He was
Well,
taller than the original Paul.
Maybe he's got some kind of weird shoes.
Yeah,
I
maybe he
don't know.
wears high heels now.
Now,
Maybe
who
he's like
knows?
Chris Angel and he's illusionist.
It's funny. It's like, I like to look in a lot of conspiracy theories, this, that. The reason I do it is to learn. I don't respectfully say, oh, I'm studying this and I believe it 100%. Fuck that. That's the thing, is just learn. Because you don't know what's true or what's real or what's whatever out there anymore today.
You gotta find out for
It's like,
yourself and what
really?
you believe.
They've got everybody so fucked up with UFOs and aliens, and I'm still waiting for Jesus to come back.
Yeah, why does he
Don't
have
hold
to
your
take
breath.
2,000 years? That guy's a slacker.
And it's like, just learn about shit.
Look at
don't
who was
take
it?
shit with a
Who was
grain
the
of
dude
salt.
who's gonna
you know?
chop his kid's nuts or whatever, and then fucking
Eat them?
yeah,
Ooh.
it was sometime in Moses shit. He's gonna circumcise him, and then God came in and intervened on him and made him do something else.
I don't know.
I don't either, because I fell asleep reading it. I remembered that part.
But yeah, we can't wait to play this show this next week.
No, that's
gonna
cool.
be
Yeah.
awesome.
Is there anything else that you want to impart to your fans or your would-be fans to be in the future?
Like
Yeah.
here in Denver or around
Just
the world?
in general, just anybody.
Yeah.
Just keep spreading the word of Satan toast,
Spreading
man.
the word, man. Come to all our shows. buy
Because
our
in the
shirts.
end, we're doing this for you guys. That's why we do this, is to deliver great music that has some kind of meaning that can change your lives if you let it,
And if
it's
you're a
up to
musician
you.
yourself, just always make sure that it comes from here first. and don't listen to what anybody says. Always learn from your influences, but don't try to follow them. Use them as a directional tool and go where your heart leads you, and create your music from your inner soul and let it spill out of you.
Yeah, and I always say Hail Satan.
And there you're going to do the best thing. That's where the true music comes from, is from your soul. So always do what your soul says, and not anybody else. Don't follow anybody else's direction.
Yeah, but wear Satan's Host shirts.
And wear Satan's Host shirts. That's right.
Piss them off.
Get Satan's Host tattoos.
Yeah, we got a lot of those.
Satan's Host beaver cuts. The whole shit, man.
Yeah.
Just don't carve upside down cross in your breast and blame me.
Yeah.
Because I don't like going to court over that shit when I don't know you.
Don't kill kitties. Black kitties are cool.
Yeah. Cats are cool, man. They're evil. They see ghosts. Leave them alone. You're gonna kill something, kill a beaver. What the fuck do? They make floods and flood your house.
You want to be evil and make a difference in this world? Make a difference in this world.
Yeah, make a difference.
For the goodness of humanity, and
it.
to fucking shut down governments, religions, and all this shit that just wants to fucking take your freedoms and everything that you love away from you, because it's coming unless you do something about it.
Let's change the world together, man. We don't need no more of these fucking fake politicians telling us what to do.
And churches.
And
do some research. Do some history. Don't just take that Bible for face value. Don't take the Quran for face value. Look where it came from. Figure it out. Figure out what happened prior, thousands of years before that. Because that's
millions of years before that.
That's what the truth is, you know?
Maybe
Free
we were all
yourself.
just stardust. We still are. Or we're just a computer simulation like people are saying now. They're just running us through this computer simulation and we actually can think now in the computer.
Who knows? Just...
But make sure it comes from here first, right?
Yeah.
If you have one.
The music. The music.
Is it real?
I don't know, Harry.
Well, thanks for letting us do this awesome interview.
Thank you guys.
4-hour interview.
Thank you guys very much for having us again. We really appreciate it. It was great to chat with you.
Who wants a high squirrel from the Golden Boys?
Nobody.
Let's hear it. Show them what you can do.
Nobody wants that. That's nasty.
They'll get to hear it on the new. Well, they'll get to hear it if they come to the show next.
Yeah,
Friday.
they'll
Come to the show, and there'll be
some
lots
brand
of
new songs.
There'll be tons of
some
it.
songs we've never played live.
Right.
Either.
October 17th at Three Kings Tavern. It's a great lineup. You all should come. All you metal fans.
Yeah, if you fuckers don't
And
show up,
everybody that's going to be there will
I'll
eventually
put a curse
come.
on you.
So we'd like to say thanks to Matt, thanks to Ron,
Right.
Denver Heavy Metal Society. You guys are kicking ass. Keep it up. Keep it going for Denver. The unity. Come on, people, let's get together. You know. Well,